So, I am Jan Kears. I'm a senior leader of workforce and leadership for MDF, and I also have the pleasure of being the program director for both Leadership Maine and ICL, and I'm glad to see a number of folks out there from both programs. And I'm joined on stage by Julie Bean, who is the program director for our Policy Leaders Academy, as well as the Realize Maine network that you heard about a few moments ago. Also, Male Leopen and John Parvin are the sponsors of the award for ICL this year, and they are here on stage as well, as is Ann Dalton, who is our awardee. You'll hear more about her in just a few moments. Also, I just want to say I'm wearing some bling. This is bling. I will say it's my birthday. Hannah Whalen gave me this idea. For those of you who don't know the symbolism of this, these are all carabiners. Our programs both go to Outward Bound to start their year together. And carabiners are used when? When you're on belay. And this is what holds you up in the air if you fall, because attached to this is a rope that's attached to someone on the ground. So these belay pins are critical. And I put this on just for fun when Hannah was modeling it for me. But when I got to my table, Anne and Anne-Marie reminded me this is what we've been doing for the last couple of years. We may not have been on a ropes course, but we have been on belay for each other as we've been moving through this process and figuring out how to navigate COVID, stay well. So you're welcome to pick up one of these for that remembrance on that back table if you'd like to. So we're on belay. I am delighted to be here to present the ICL Distinguished Award Alum. The award recognizes ICL alumni who have selflessly given of themselves and demonstrate exceptional collaborative and facilitative leadership, core tenets in our curriculum. They achieve extraordinary things for Maine. These contributions can be within their paid employment or serving as a volunteer, community, or a statewide leader. Nominations come from alums themselves. Many of you out in the room have submitted them. This year's annual meeting theme is Strength in Community, and it is so appropriate that Ann Dalton, an alum of the mighty Pi class, right, is this year's winner. They know how to party really well. Ann is on too many boards to mention. We'd be here all day if we tried to describe the many ways in which she gives to her community. But ask anyone who knows Ann, and you'll hear how she is a masterful relationship builder and how she makes sure all voices are heard and valued, and that the people impacted by any work she's involved in are the ones who are driving the how and the why of that work. All skills that Ann shared, she has honed while going through the ICL program. Join me in watching the video.
It was striking to me how quickly you would be given a thought to think about, and then you'd have an experience in which, oh, so this is what this is about. I think the thing that I personally remember the most is that I chose to climb a hill, which was not as bad as some of the other choices. And, I'm older, and I was having a little difficulty, and the rule was that if any one of the group said, I can't go any farther, the whole group did not go any farther. So that's an awful lot of group pressure. One of my dear Pi colleagues, Christina, came over and took my backpack, and that was all it took to take a load off of me so that I could then walk a little bit more comfortably, and to put me into a situation where I really understood the power of listening to different perspectives, putting different perspectives into the mix, and then helping a group coalesce around whatever it is they were going to coalesce around.
A collaboration and relationship building is one of the core values that I have observed and to uphold. And I think having someone like that in the community, whether in the front or behind the scene, as Anne effectively does, is very important.
Most of her career has been in, Wall Street in the middle of New York City and managing lots of different entities and stakeholders who had lots of different perspectives on the work that she's been doing. Anne was part of the initial community goal setting council that eventually launched what is now called Thrive 2027, which is 3 10-year goals for our community. And that's an entirely different way of looking at community. It's assessing how we as a community as a whole are doing and looking at population level statistics to judge our progress. Not on how much money we raise as United Way, not on how well a particular program is doing, but how's the whole community doing? And holding ourselves accountable to that was a huge leap for United Way and for our community.
And a lot of that was the ICL learning to listen, learning to facilitate differences of opinion, helping people come together who didn't necessarily disagree, but who came from different sectors.
I think the one that really stands out in the last year is we asked her to chair our Racial Equity Fund investment committee.
And so that Racial Equity Fund was designed specifically to target organizations who were either led by persons of color and or served over 50% of individuals of color, so that we were strengthening the organization while the organization also then delivered services. This is your community that you understand far better than I could understand, but the idea that these are voices that need to be at the table making the decisions about where should we be focusing, where should we be investing. And I think that's what made the Racial Equity Fund stand out.
Thank you very much, my friend. This is a well-deserved recognition, and keep on doing the good work that you are doing. We are a better community both in Portland and across the state of Maine because of you. So congratulations.
Here. Congratulations, Anne. As you might imagine, Anne Dalton's name is on my list of people who make it so. And many of us have learned and continue to learn from her as well. It is my honor and joy to present the 2022 ICL Distinguished Alum Award to Anne Dalton. My sincere thanks to Hannaford, who's on stage with us, for sponsoring the award, Molly Leopen and John Parvin, a Hannaford store, both of them are Hannaford store managers. When you say you're going to the grocery store, do you have to, does you even think to say Hannaford, or is it just assumed? That's how it is in my community, in my home anyway. Hannaford is always there for our communities. Thank you for being here for us, Hannaford, and thank you so much, Anne.